Hello, and welcome back to Heavy Hands Boxing. Yes, a big congratulations must go out to Francis Ngannou. I think outside of his camp, everyone thought he would have been knocked out either early or, like myself, maybe stopped late as he would tire due to not being used to fighting for 10 rounds and going the distance like that. He really set the tone for other UFC strikers to come out. You know, Ngannou actually boxed well. Ngannou used the front hand battle with the jab, keeping that real estate in contest. Didn't allow Fury to really overwhelm him with the jab by keeping that hand out for most of the fight. He stayed poised. He showed good instincts in there. He really showed great instincts in there. And he should as a fighter. I mean, people underestimate the instincts of a fighter. You're going to throw hands. The difference is the technique of the boxer is a little more nuanced and a little more complicated than what you typically go through from a guy in the street to even an MMA fighter. But yet still, Ngannou showed that he can handle himself. And he showed good stamina. He paced himself. He even played mind games in there with Fury, saying that sometimes Fury wasn't doing anything, so I would switch to southpaw stance, just to throw him off and give Fury pause, which gave Ngannou rest. Oh, this guy is a thinking man in there. And Ngannou did really well, really well. Good chin. Fury's not, known for cracking people like that, but he showed a good chin. He took those punches from Fury and it didn't move him. Fury cracked him off a 1-2 and he followed Fury. He followed Fury going back. He followed Fury going to the side. He gave Fury a good fight. I believe Fury when Fury says he gave him a good fight. I don't think he's joshing us. I don't think he's joking around. Ngannou actually showed he came to handle business. He wasn't playing around. As visible by the knockdown he scored via the left hook. But I want to temper our enthusiasm and encouragement for Ngannou with some reason here. Is it likely that Fury took him lightly? Although he says he didn't, you're going in there against an MMA fighter. You know he's going to come a little rough, but you figure, I'm big, I box, I'm long. Some part of you probably doesn't allow you to go as hard because some part of you is probably thinking he's not such a big threat. Despite you're training hard, but you may not have given that extra 10% that you usually give when you know you're training for a true boxer. And let's face it, Fury's been off 11 months. He's gonna have ring rust. Anybody's gonna have ring rust. If you're off 11 months, especially if you're a heavy guy and you got to move around. Those big guys put on weight pretty easily. So to keep that off, I don't know if he kept it off. He was looking, a little loose, a little extra loose than he normally does, back fat and so on. So all that comes into play. So with that being considered, Ngannou still did really well. I mean, frankly, Tyson Fury, even though those things may have come into his mind, he maybe couldn't train as hard as he thought he may have. But also in your mind has to be, I can't lose against an MMA guy. I'm the supreme boxer. I'm the best heavyweight in a couple of years. I'm supposed to, show that you don't even belong in the ring with me. But that's not what we got, was it? What we got was a hard-fought battle. Fury looked crisp in some combinations, but Ngannou was right there. That dirty boxing roughhouse tactic that Fury likes to do, lean on a guy, that's not going to work on an MMA fighter of Ngannou's caliber. Ngannou is going to be able to take that, squeeze you, turn you, flip you. That's not going to work with a guy who's 277 pounds and buck strong. So Fury, I think, learned quickly in that fight that probably not best to try and clinch and lean on this guy. That head positioning that Fury does to bother people. The MMA guys do that all day. He was better off staying on the outside, flicking that jab and picking them off from the outside with the right. Pick, right hand. Pick, right hand. But Ngannou was there for the answer. Now we got to figure out, okay, does Ngannou stay a boxer? Is this what he's going to do? And my answer to that is probably yes. Folks, understand, Ngannou got paid about $600,000 when he won the title. Then he defended the title, and he made around $600,000. He does one fight with Tyson Fury and gets a whopping minimum $10 million. You're talking about more than 10 times what he would normally make at the height of his career over in what he is a specialist in. This is going to signal a wave of more stand-up type MMA fighters to come across. It only makes sense. $600,000 for the pleasure of getting kicked, punched, choked, and slammed. Here you go into a boxing ring, only getting punched with big gloves on, and you make $10 million. How does this not make sense? Ngannou is here to stay, people. Get used to it. This man is coming. Now, of course, he needs more refinement, but he has a lot of the basics there. He's a fighter. He's got good fighter instincts. He's got good power. He's not afraid to engage. He engages smartly. He didn't reach. He wasn't overzealous about getting a knockout again. He did well. He just needs to sharpen up on his jab and combination and getting a little more fluid with that, a little more straight, maybe a little bit faster as he gets more comfortable. He may be a problem, but that remains to be seen. As far as who won the fight, look, what's Bernard Hopkins like to say? Look at my face, Larry. You see any marks on it? Well, Ngannou didn't have any marks on his face that I can tell. Fury got nicked up, according like the Cobra said. Carl Froch got nicked up, sitting there with a nice shiner of a black eye on his left eye. His left eye, mind you, he got cracked and knocked down on the right side. So, when's the last time you seen Fury look like that? I don't think even Wilder had him looking that bad. But yeah. But I think it was a good fight, and it shows that, hey, if you can do stand-up in MMA, you can, with some work, come in and maybe cause an upset to a lower-ranked guy and then work your way up and possibly beat a champion. Possibly. But this is something we'll have to see. Next up will be the Usyk fight. Peace. I'm on to the next one.